collectively, with everything that we've been dealing with for a long time, that there have been certain people that have stepped forward and like really with maybe, against what other people might think and like bravely speak their truth. I thought about Washington and Lincoln and probably how many times they were really wanting to give up, wanting to concede or just drop it all. Like, this is too much for us to handle. So I found this interesting article. It's interesting because it's from a kind of more, I almost feel like the person, he's a yoga teacher who wrote it, might even be in the military or something. And it's about hero's pose, hero pose. And the idea of yoga being really kind of a really tough kind of practice. And so I want to share a little bit with you about this idea. And again, from just a little bit different perspective than with my kind of my more feminine perspective, tend to look at the practice. Okay, so I wanted to share this with you today. And our apex pose is hero's pose. And we'll do a lot of work to get there, not get there. We can also do thunderbolt pose, Varjasana, which is not as intense as hero's pose, and we can use props. So, all right. So let me share some of this blog with you. So sit up really tall and let's just anchor ourselves in, ribs draw down, navel draws in, pelvic floor lifts. Yoga was originally a rather austere practice since ancient times. It was only practiced by people who were Vira, V-I-R-A, a hero. The path of yoga requires a lot of effort, self-discipline, and even austerity. Let's see. According to the legend, this superhuman state, when the thoughts themselves are realized through the yogi, so thoughts becoming reality, in other words, is cultivated through a regular unwavering practice, as well as strengthening the will, using self-discipline, the accumulation of forces to create an unshakable confidence in victory. One of the most central philosophical treatises of yoga. What are the techniques used to achieve the power of yoga in order to become Veer, V-E-E-R, heroes or victors? This one's super interesting. Take the ones that you like the least. Then the result will be faster and exceeding all expectations. To paraphrase a famous saying, real heroes of yoga do not cut corners. The only way to become Veer, V-E-E-R, the winner. The first block of recommended practices to increase personal power and the acquisition of self-confidence are Hatha Yoga asanas, so poses designed to strengthen the Manipura chakra. That's the third chakra, the solar plexus, the navel energy center. In our physical body, this energy corresponds to the plexus region from point 3 fingers below the navel center. So I've kind of always thought of it as just below, but they're saying 3 fingers below the navel center. You could even put your 3 fingers below your belly button and just kind of feel where that is. It's a little different than I actually typically think of it. To the solar plexus. By doing these practices, it's useful to visualize the Manipura chakra in this area, representing the sphere of flame or glowing bright yellow sunlight sphere in this area, where in the stomach may increase to heat. So Agni, fire, this is the element of this practice today, the fire element. And we've gone through all the elements, but fire is the element for today. Let's see. In addition to performing asanas, it's very important to also tap into the more subtle practices, pranayama, the breathing exercises, and the bandhas, the energy locks. And we'll review those again. We work with those a lot. Guided in practice, the principle to be patient is important for the safety of heroes. Do not go to extremes and forget about safety. Doing any yoga, we must keenly listen to inner feelings, avoiding strong discomfort and thus damage to health. If the muscles are shaking and you are breathing heavily, straying, your mind begins to stray, come out of the posture. And after a short break, if there's still power, return. Advanced yogis do not differ in that they are capable of holding difficult poses for a longer time because of their experience and the fact that they can not simply perform an asana, but relax in it. That is to let go of all the muscles that do not participate in fixing it and immerse the mind in a state of active thoughtfulness. Active thoughtlessness, using the Ujjayi breath, the mental breathing of yogis. And the lasting advice of an experienced practitioner, breathing awareness. Literally each inhalation and each exhalation or output, a key point is that they get enough energy in this process. Each cycle of breathing is perceived as unique and it becomes a meditation. In addition, visualization of the Manipura chakra, the third chakra, the solar plexus, 3 fingers below the navel, should be straightforward, clear, and stable. So I'll try to remember to tap us in occasionally to that third chakra and envision that flame. And you actually achieve the feeling that you see. Feel as if it were not from the head, but a part of you. And then you bring your practice to the next level, and this will help you achieve success. All right, so let's do a little bit of breath work. Align the spine, relax the shoulders, and let's just kind of review the bandhas right now. So at the base of your spine, you're going to lift the pelvic floor. And then 3 fingers below the navel center, you'll draw the navel in and up. And then from here, what we're going to do is add the Jalandhara Bandha if you don't tend to get high blood pressure. So if you get high blood pressure, you're going to skip this one. And here, the chin drops toward the sternum. We're going to take the right thumb and seal the right nostril closed. And then keep the mouth closed, and let's breathe in and out of the left channel today. One more inhale, and an exhale. Now, release your thumb and lift your chin. You might need to sniff a little bit. So that's the lunar energy. We're going to tap into the solar energy too by doing the other side. So let's activate the bandhas. Pelvic floor lifts, 3 fingerprints below the navel center, navel draws in and up. Now we'll add the Jalandhara Bandha if we can, the chin lock. So we'll drop the chin toward the sternum. Now this time we're going to take the left thumb and we're going to seal the left channel, and we'll breathe in and out of the right side, right? So keep the mouth closed. Let's breathe in and out of the right side. One more. And then release your thumb and lift your chin. Now pause for a moment. You might notice even your solar plexus area has like more fire. And in your mind's eye, envision that flame. Manipura, the third chakra, Manipura is luxurious jewel. It's related to the fire element, how we process things, our seat of empowerment, confidence, strength. I'm going to share a quote, and this is by Christopher Reeves. A hero is an ordinary individual who, finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles. All right, let's open up the eyes. If you'd like to listen to my Spotify playlist, it's Megan Miller, Without You. All right, and our first posture today is going to be child's pose, but it's going to be a knee together child's pose if you can. Now, if that's not comfortable for you, you can, of course, you can take the wide knee. We're going to start here. So let's bring the knees together, and you're just going to come and sink back. I'm going to move my screen a little bit, so let me just kind of push that back a tiny bit. There we go. All right. All right, so we're just going to sink back here. And here, this is really good for your digestion. So it's really good for your digestion. Let me have my notes here. And just kind of, you could bring your forehead on your block if you feel like it's far up. Now, if you had a big breakfast, maybe widen your knees, right? Because you can feel your organs are pressing in this solar plexus area, like your thighs, to that whole area. We'll take a couple more breaths there. And then lift your head. And we're going to come to tabletop, and we'll take our first down dog. Let's stay in table, because we haven't really woken up the hamstrings yet. So press into the fingertips, the finger pads, curl the toes, and press the hips up. And we'll press the hands forward and down and stretch the heels toward the ground. Now lift your left heel and roll over the top of your left foot. And then let's bring that foot down. Lift the right heel up and roll over the right foot. And then let's bring that heel down. Left heel lifts, we're going to roll over the top of the foot and then come back. Right heel lifts, we're going to roll over the top of the foot and come down. Now lift the heels, bring the knees down, and we're going to stretch this left leg straight back. So just really press into the ball mount of your left foot. You can feel your calf muscles stretching there. All right, and then we'll pull that leg in, and let's take the opposite foot, the right foot back. We'll pull that knee in. Let's take the left leg back. And we'll pull that knee in and take the right leg straight back. Good, now pull that knee in. Now we're going to stretch the left leg back and pick up the left leg. And then bend the knee. You can feel the quadricep, the front of your thigh, stretch, and then straighten. Bend and straighten. Let's bend and straighten. Now bend and reach if you can. If you can't grab it, don't worry about it. Reach it behind you and hold the foot. Now open your heart, your lungs, and taking this kind of chest opener, but also a quadricep stretch. Right now we're going to release the foot down, the right hand down. Now lift the left leg up and cross behind. You're going to come behind and press the edge of your left foot into the ground. Keep the left hand down and reach the right arm up. You can put your left hand on a block if that doesn't feel available. All right, now bring the right hand down. Let's bring the left knee in. We'll go the other way. So stretch the right leg back. Even out your hips. You might need to drop your right hip. And then let's bend the knee. My right foot's flexed. And then straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend. And let's reach behind and we'll grab the foot. And breathe. All right, we'll let go of the foot. Now take your right foot behind you to the outside edge of your right foot. Keep the right hand down, and we're going to take the left arm up. And then we'll bring the left hand down. Let's pull the right knee in. And we're going to take a broken toe pose. Remember, today we're doing some poses we like least to strengthen our fortitude. So now there's two versions. One version, and I think this is probably gentle or easier on your knees, is to put a block flat in front of you. And you will feel a lot of sensation when you sink your glutes toward your heels. That's one version. Another version is your knees down and this block coming between your seat and your heels, okay? Now we'll open the arms and take the right arm underneath the left, depending on which version of that you're gonna take. All right, and then open the arms and let's go the other way. With breath, Ujjayi breath. Tongue to the palate, the space behind the teeth. One more breath. All right, and then release. And then let's take the block out and patter the feet. Now we're going to come to down dog. Another down dog, and you can make that a long, like more traditional, your knees walking back, or you can stay in that tabletop. Press into the fingertips, let's lift the hips up and back. And just kind of notice maybe you've got more space here. Now lift the right foot up and cross the right foot over to the left behind you, like on a diagonal. And then let's come back through. We're going to take the left leg lifted up and cross over behind us to the right. Come back through. Right foot lifts and we'll come over here to the other side. And then come back through. Lift the left leg up and cross the other way. Come back through. Okay. Now walk your hands toward your feet. And you can, let's grab the elbows here. So we can grab the elbows, you can hold on to the legs. And give yourself enough width from side to side. Hug your outer hip muscles in. Lift the pelvic floor, put the navel center in, that's going to protect the back. Let's take a couple of cleansing breaths. Deep breath in, exhale, let it go. A deep breath in, exhale, let it go. One more deep breath in, and exhale, let it go. Walk your hands to your hips and let's go. Reach up, palms touch, and exhale, hands to heart. Now hands on the hips. We're going to step into the left foot, pick up your right foot and step forward. High lunge. Stretch through the back heel, hug your outer hip muscles in and reach your arms up. Keep the Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. The bandha is activated in your Pada bandhas, your right foot, meaning you can't really do the whole thing on the left foot. Really connect your right foot to the ground. Now we're going to bend the left knee and straighten it. Inhale, bend, and exhale, straighten. One more time, inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Palms together, hands to the heart. Let's take a twist. Left elbow pulling across to the right thigh. As you come through, you can bring your knee down if keeping your knee up is too much, right? So you modify it for yourself. And let's take a couple of big breaths here. And then we're going to lift the arms up, high lunge. Touch the ground. We'll come into three-legged dog. So sweep this right leg up. Pull the navel center in, core plank. Now stretch the leg up. So we're working that Manipura chakra. Pull the knee in and stretch the leg up. One more time, pull the knee in, stretch the leg up. Turn your right foot, bend your knee. Let's open up the hip flexor again here. Hip flexor, down dog. And then place the right foot down, down dog. Walk your hands toward your feet. Let's take this forward fold. Either grab your elbows or maybe you could go deeper, hands on the ground or hands sliding underneath your feet, only if you're ready, right? It's just what's best for you. Take an inhale, exhale, fold wherever you're working. So no judgment, just curiosity and practice. Let's take another breath there. We'll slide the hands out, walk the hands to the hips and come up. All right, reach up, palms touch, and exhale, hands to heart. Now we'll go the other way, hands on the hips, elbows draw back. Weight on the right foot, pick up the left foot and step forward. So we're gonna take high lunge on the other side. Outer hips are hugging in, ribs draw down, navel draws in, pelvic floor lifts, reach the arms up. Press through the back heel, press into the left foot, the whole foot. We'll inhale, bend the right knee, and exhale, extend it. Inhale, bend, and exhale, extend. Really keep your left foot grounded, bend the knee, and extend. Now we'll add a twist. You decide if the knee stays up or down. We'll reach this right elbow across to the left thigh and take this twisted runners or high lunge and breathe. Good, bring your hands down. Now we're gonna sweep the left leg up, maybe like a dog. Pull the knee in, core plank, sweep the leg up. Pull the knee in, core plank, sweep the leg up. Pull the knee in, core plank, sweep the leg up. Hip flexor, down dog, left foot turn, bend the knee, open up your hip flexors here. Press your hands forward and down. Straighten the left leg, bring the left foot down. Let's just kind of hold and breathe here for a moment. All right, and then we'll step or hop to the top of our mat. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, fold and rise up, palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart. All right, we're gonna do a lot of powerful leg work today so we can be heroes, warriors, right? All right, now, take your strap. Now, if you don't have your strap today, it's okay. We're doing warrior 3 with a strap, okay? But you can do regular warrior 3. Let's step into it. If you're with me, take your right foot, the ball of your right foot on your strap, and I've got my hands are on either side. I'm gonna wrap my hands a couple times. All right, now, step into the right foot, pick up your left leg and step over. Now shift your weight into the left foot. Really fire up your leg muscles from your left foot, your padded bandhas, and press strongly through the right leg. We want the back leg to work as well as the front leg. We're gonna step down, step over, let's step back, and you're gonna go the other way. So the left foot's gonna step on the strap. All right, now you'll shift the weight to the left foot, pick up the right leg, step over, engage your bandhas and your core muscles, lift your left leg up, and let's press through the back leg and the outer hip muscles in. Feel the fire, the Manipura chakra is really working right there. All right, and then step down, and let's come over. All right, so we'll put the strap down, and let's meet at the top of our mat. Coming into mountain pose. Engage the bandhas, ribs draw down, navel draws in, pelvic floor lifts, feet are connected, reach the arms up, exhale, fold. Inhale, monkey, Surya Namaskar A. Open the hands, top of a push-up plank pose. Chaturanga Dandasana. Into down dog. Look up, step or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, fold, rise up, palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's go again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, top of a push-up plank pose. Chaturanga Dandasana. Into down dog. Let's hold and breathe here for a few moments. Now look up, lift your gaze, take an inhale, exhale, step, or hop in. Inhale, monkey, exhale, fold. Rise up, palms touch, and exhale, hands to heart. All right, we're gonna come into Malasana, the squat. You can roll up your mat. If you step your feet wider, it gives you more opportunity. Let's bend the knees, bring our palms together, let our thumbs touch the 6th chakra, and ribs down, navel in, pelvic floor. Let's really focus on that jewel, your solar plexus, the fire, the luxurious jewel, Manipura, for a few moments here. A few more deep breaths. Energy flows where attention goes. All right, and then we're going to bring the hands down and bring the feet toward one another. Let's bring the hands to the hips and come up. Reach out, palms touch, and exhale, hands to heart. Okay. Now, we're going to take some warrior ones, dynamic warrior ones. If you have a strap, I should have told you this already. If you can put a loop in it, you can do it without the loop too. So let's just loop or no loop, it's okay. We're gonna put it around. So you can either step on it, left heel, like this, and you'll just take the strap in one hand and the other. Or if you have a loop, you'll put your foot in it. So take a moment, we don't have to rush. If you wanna put a loop in it, put a loop in it. I should have told you earlier. All right, so, but you can do it without the loop. By stepping on it, and you'll have one strap that's shorter than the other. And I just want you to be able to open up your chest too with this left arm. All right, so at the back of the mat, I have my strap around my left foot, and I'm gonna step forward like we did with high lunge, but make this a warrior one. So I'll widen my right foot and spin my left foot flat, and I'm gonna take my left arm and really tug this strap tight. All right, now reach this right arm up, bend the elbow and grab the strap, and we're gonna walk our hands down. And if you have your strap the other way, you can just make sure you've got the right elbow bending, holding the strap, okay? So this is a chest opener. Our feet are in pada bandhas. So the ball mounts with the big toes pressed down, inner heels pressed down. Arches are lifting, so there's so much power in your legs, right? Lift your left ankle away from the ground. Let's take another breath there. We'll take an inhale, and then exhale, press against the right foot, straighten your right leg. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. One more time, inhale, bend, and hold. For just a few breaths. Keep the chest open. Strong warrior breaths, ujjayi breaths. You might notice a little trembling in your muscles of your legs. All right, now straighten that right leg and let's release that. All right, we're gonna swap that out. So again, you can do this without the loop. You're just gonna make the right side shorter as you step through, right? And then you can take this way, all right? If you got the loop, take the loop around the right foot. Okay, and from the back of the mat, step way forward with your left foot. You're gonna go wider with your left foot and spin your right foot flat. And you might notice the resistance in your pelvis. Let's guide this left hip back. Ribs draw down, navel draws in, pelvic floor is lifting. So we've got the bandhas supporting our back. Pressing to the edge of the right foot. We're gonna let the left arm lift up and grab the strap. Lift the right arm up, grab the strap, the elbow bends. Take it a couple times so that you've got the hands walking down and the chest is opening. And we're gonna lift the right ankle away from the ground. Let's take the ujjayi breath here. Remember, the element is fire. Take one more breath. Now take an inhale, exhale, straighten your left leg. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Use your feet. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, hold. 5 more breaths. Let's take a couple more. We want to be warriors. One more breath. Great, and then straighten the leg, release that. All right, let's drop that. And we're gonna come to the top of the mat. And let's take a sip of water. The next part of the sequence is Surya Namaskar B, Sun Salutation B, which includes warrior ones. Okay, we just warm that up. Okay. So we're gonna meet at the front of our mat and find our foundation. And some bees start with a chair pose, all right? Utkatasana, powerful pose. Ribs down, navel in, pelvic floor lift. Reach the arms up, bend both knees, chair pose. Great, straighten your legs, exhale, fold, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen monkey. Exhale, touch the ground, left foot's gonna step back. We're gonna widen our right foot and rise up into Virabhadrasana 1. Bring your hands down, roll off of your left heel, step back, plank. Add or subtract your vinyasa, maybe lower partway down and flip your feet up dog. Up and over the toes, into down dog. Let's hold and breathe here. We're gonna step through into warrior one other side. So left leg lifts, pull the knee in, step through. We need to help the foot through, spin the right foot flat on strong, powerful legs. Reach up, Virabhadrasana 1. Bring the hands down. Roll off the right heel. We're gonna step in, right foot to meet the left foot, forward fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, bend the knees and come into chair pose, Utkatasana, para powerful pose. All right, now straighten the legs, palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart. All right, that's one side. Let's do the other. So coming to mountain, just stay where you are. Reach the arms up, bend the knees, chair pose. Straighten the legs, mountain, exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step the right foot back, Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Touch the ground on both sides, roll off the back foot, step back plank. Add more vinyasa, or take it out, we'll meet you in down dog. Lift the hips up and back into down dog. Let's hold and breathe. Let's see, stepping into the left foot, right foot lifts, pull the knee in, step through, spin the left foot flat, rising up, Virabhadrasana 1. We'll catch our breath here. Focus on your inhalations, and then touch the ground. Roll off the back heel, step back, come in to meet the front foot, forward fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, powerful pose. Straighten the legs, palms touch, and exhale, hands to heart. Pressing into the feet, reach the arms up. Take the right hand to the right thigh. Let's take a side bend to the left, right rather. Come back to center, reach the right arm up, left hand down, side bend to the left. Come back to center, bring the left arm up, right hand towards your thigh, side bend. Come back to center, reach the right arm up, left hand down, side bend. Come back up. Notice it's a moving meditation. Interlace the hands behind you, stretch the knuckles to the floor, soft the knees, yoga mudra. Bend your knees, bring your chest and your thighs together first. That compression in the solar plexus and that Manipura chakra, then straighten the legs if it's available. And we'll breathe. Maybe cleanse it. Let's take one more breath. And then hands to the hips. Come on. Reach up, palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. Now we're going to step the feet wide. And I'm going to suggest that you take your 2 blocks as you're facing me in front of your left foot and just stack them there. Okay? Move that out of the way. All right. So let's just let the shoulders roll back a few times, kind of catch our breath. We're moving pretty dynamically today. And then roll the other way. Now, what I want you to do is turn your left foot like you're coming into warrior 2. But what we're going to actually do is step our left foot on this block that's flat. All right, so you're going to have to maybe just make that adjustment so you can step your foot and then organize from there. So my left knee's over my ankle. I'm going to put my whole foot on that block and really add the pada bandhas. Palms of the big toes press down, arches lift. All 4 corners pressing down, okay? Now, reach your arms out to the sides. Reverse the warrior here. And then open the arms out. Bring the left forearm to the left thigh. We're going to stretch this right arm up and over your ear. Now, looking down, your right hand can come to that block or the ground, and you're going to roll off of your right ankle. So my right heel's off the ground. Now I'm going to stretch this left arm up. Twist. And you should feel this in your Manipura chakra. All right, now as you come through, let your left forearm come on your left thigh, spin your right heel flat, and we'll come into side angle again. Open to warrior 2. Let's try that again. Reverse the warrior. You can feel that left leg's working. Open the arms out. Left forearm, left thigh, right arm up and over. If you don't like the block, lose it, okay? Now look to the ground. You're going to take your right hand to that block or the floor and roll off with your right heel and reach and stretch. Bring the left forearm against your thigh. Spin the right foot flat. And let's open into warrior two. You're like, I'm going to kill you, Megan. Reverse the warrior. Open the arms out. Take an inhale. Exhale. Straighten your left leg. Stretch. Let's take a triangle pose in this variation. Take the right hand behind you. And open up your shoulder. And breathe. We'll open to warrior two. Pull the arms behind us. Stretch the knuckles to the floor. I'm sure you got some noticing your muscles on that left leg. And let's hold. Rise up and open the arms out, warrior two. Straighten your left leg. Now you're going to bump this right foot forward so you can pull your foot off of your block. All right, now let's take the blocks to the right side, right foot. Step your feet wide. And let's turn the right foot. Now we're going to use the block. Now if you think it's too much, right? The hero doesn't push themselves past a point that makes sense for them, right? So I want you all to please honor yourself. If this is a fun challenge, if you're like, bring it, then do it. If it's not, then let it go. All right, so I've got my right foot on the block, my left foot slightly turning in. That gives me a strong back leg. I'm really connecting my right foot to the block. I'm gonna stretch the arms out. All right, reverse the warrior. Open the arms out. Bring the right forearm on the right thigh. Stretch the left arm up and over. Now look down. Let your left hand touch that block or roll off, or on the ground. Roll off your left heel and let's revolve. Slide your right forearm onto your thigh. Spin your left foot flat. Open back to warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Open the arms out. Right forearm, right thigh, left arm up and over the ear. Look down, touch the floor of the block. I'm going to roll off the back heel and revolve. Bring the right forearm to your thigh, spin the left foot flat. Open warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Open your arms out. Take an inhale, exhale, straighten your right leg, stretch to the right, triangle pose. And let's just take it below the right knee. I'm going to take this half bind. Should feel good. And breathe. Rising back up into warrior two. Let's pull the arms behind us. Bend the elbows, stretch the knuckles to the floor, and bow. Humble warrior. Rising back up, opening the arms out. Now, straighten your right leg. Let's bump this left foot in and step our feet off. All right, now we're going to take the blocks, put them behind your heels. There is a half bound, half moon in this next sequence. So you'll know that you've got your blocks behind you if you want or need those. Let's just shake the arms and the legs off a little bit. Take a couple cleansing breaths. So the warrior perseveres even in a lot of obstacles, okay? So step your feet wide. And let's roll the shoulders back a few times. That's where we hold on to a lot of tension. We might clench our jaw. Let's roll the other way. All right, now we're gonna open the arms and turn the left foot behind us. Make sure the core is activated to protect your back. Take an inhale. Exhale, as you straighten the left leg, clap your hands. And then bend your knee. Exhale, straighten, clap, and then bend. Inhale. Exhale, straighten, clap, and bend. Open up your left palm, reverse your warrior. Open your arms out. Take an inhale. Exhale, straighten. We'll go into deeper triangle pose. Lateral stretch to the left, and we'll come into Trikonasana, triangle pose. And breathe. Right hand moving behind your back, half bind. Let's breathe here. Now we'll add a half bound, half moon. Right? You could take this block or no block and start to shift your weight into your left leg, your strong left leg. The block or the hand comes forward, and let's open up here. And then release when we're ready. Right hand to your hip, step back and open warrior two. All right, we'll straighten that leg, left foot turns in, we're gonna go the other way. Right foot turns, open the arms, engage the core. Here's our inhale. Exhale, straighten and clap. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten, clap, and bend. Exhale, straighten, clap, and inhale, bend. Reverse your warrior. Open your arms out, take an inhale, exhale, straighten. Stretch to the right, triangle pose. And breathe. Pranayama. We're going to take this half bind and breathe. Can you overcome your resistance? Any struggle? And now we'll come into half bound, half moon pose. Walk your hand in your black belt. Get your legs, standing legs straight. Remember the warrior 3 we did, and how we want to energize this back leg and release the bind once we find that place. Right, left hand to your hip, step down. Open the arms out. Look at your right foot, windmill down touch. Let's add the vinyasa, or you can let it go. And we're going to meet in down dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Now look into the top of the mat, step in, hop in, maybe land in Malasana if you want to challenge yourself. So come into Malasana. So a lot of that work, even though they're not traditional, what you think of as hip openers, they're hip openers. All those warriors with your foot on the block, etc., the dynamic movement. And let's bring the hands down and bring your feet together. Fold for a couple breaths, hands to the hips and come up. Reach up, palms touch, and exhale, hands to heart. All right, so let's take a sip of water. There is a twisted pyramid in this next sequence, so blocks might be good at the top of your mat. All right, and I'm gonna just grab a sip of water, and you should too if you have some. All right, so let's find our feet. And we're gonna come to mountain pose for a moment, and I want you to focus on, let's take those 3 fingers below the belly button, on your solar plexus, on your Manipura chakra, the fire, literally Agni, fire in your belly, which we need to digest everything that we're taking in from the outside, everything, right? Let's stand tall for a moment. So you can let your hands stay there or just let your hands drop, but focus. Take your thoughts and place them here. See that fire. Feel that energy that we're cultivating with our practice. All right, and we're going to lift the arms up. Hinge from the hips. Take a half or a deeper fold. You can use your blocks. Notice how your legs are feeling. You can go wider. That might be a good way to go. Right, now bend your knees, touch the ground with the blocks, and step straight back with this left foot. All right. Hug the outer hip muscles in. Inhale, bend the left knee, and exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, and exhale, straighten. One more time, inhale, bend, and exhale, straighten. Now lower this left knee into a hip flexor stretch. Your hip flexor should feel pretty open by this point. We've done this work in different ways today. Let's hug the outer hip muscles in. Now we're gonna do a little work on strengthening our hip flexors, the top of your thigh. So take your awareness to your quadricep muscle on the left leg. Contract that muscle. Now, if you've got weak ankles or feet, you're not gonna come with me on this. If you're feeling like sturdy, hug the outer hip muscles in, lift your left knee up, and then bring your knee down softly. Your quadricep muscle on the left side is engaged. Lift this left leg up and bring it down. One more time, let's lift it up and bring it down. All right, we'll slide into half splits. If you feel like you could go into a deeper expression of that pose, come into full splits, no judgment, right? If you feel like you're ready, then you'll go. If not, you'll stay. Let's take a couple breaths either way. right, now let's come together. We're doing half splits. And our transition is into pyramid pose. So bring your right foot flat, pick up your back knee, bump your left foot in about a foot. Go wide with your right foot so your pelvis can be facing forward. Once you have that, you're grounded with hands on blocks to the floor. Spin your left foot flat and take your right hip back. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Let's take another breath there. Keep the left hand on the ground, right thumb to your hip crease. We'll take this twisted version of the pose. You should feel your left arm working because it's pressing into the earth. Your right arm is reaching. You can feel this in your solar plexus, your third chakra. All right, now bring the right hand down. Look at the left foot. We're going to make it parallel. Bring your left knee down and pull your right knee back. We're going to come back to broken toe pose. You can bring your knees on the block or sit on it. And open your arms, bring your right arm underneath your left. Take your focus to your solar plexus, your fire. Let's take another breath there. And then release your hands. We're going to take our block out and paddle our feet a little bit. Now, sit back on your heels. This is Vajrasana, Thunderbolt. If this doesn't work for you, you could take a blanket and slide it in between here. You could sit on a block. If it's just not right for you, come into Sukhasana, okay? This is a warm-up for Hero's Pose. Take it or leave it, but now you're sitting on your heels instead of between your heels in Thunderbolt. All right. Now shift your weight. Let's take that out if we took anything there. Now I want you to be really careful with this transition. You're going to shift a little to the left and bring your right leg out and come into half heroes on the left side. Now, if this isn't for you, you can take a half tree pose instead, right? So I've got my left knee bending. And I'm going to sit up really tall. Some of you might like to use a strap here. Strap around the right foot, pull back. If you feel sufficiently open, reach up and hinge from your hips. You're going to reach toward your right foot. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Try to even yourself out between side to side. So this is half hero, forward fold. It's called Tripathi Paschimottanasana. Right, now we'll lift the head. Now we're going to add a twist. You can either take the strap in your left hand or take your left hand across your right ankle and reach the right arm up. All right, come back through and let's stretch both legs out. Flex and point both feet. Bend both knees. We're going to take a half or a full inverted table. So hands behind us or on blocks. Press into your feet, lift your hips up. Stretch your knees toward the top of your mat. You can stay here or stretch your heels out and take the full pose. Either one, awesome. Focus on your fire, on your solar plexus. All right, we'll bend the knees if we went full out and then sit down. Now let's come up and over. And we'll lift the hips and stretch in this forward fold for a moment. Hands to the hips, come up. Reach up, palms touch, and exhale, hands to heart. Now we're gonna go the other way now. I'm gonna just change, you stay where you are. Reach the arms up, exhale, fold. Inhale, monkey. Take the right leg straight back. Hug your outer hip muscles in, pull the navel center in and up. Inhale, let the right knee soften, and then exhale, stretch. I'm gonna bend and inhale, exhale, stretch. One more time, inhale, bend and lower, and exhale, stretch. Let this right foot come down into a hip flexor stretch. Your toes are gonna spread out nice and wide. Focus on long inhalations. Couple more deep breaths. Now activate your quadricep muscle on your right thigh. Press into the top of your foot and lift your knee. This straightens your hip flexor. Bring your knee down. Press into the top of the foot. Inhale, exhale, lift. Let your knee lower down super carefully. One more time. Press into the top foot. Lift your knee. Bring your knee down. And let's take half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana or Hanuman, full splits, depending on how you're feeling about your hamstrings today at this moment in time. We'll transition to half splits, to transition to pyramids. So your left foot's gonna flatten, pick up your knee, bump your right foot in, but widen your left foot enough to give you space. Ground your hands, turn your right foot on a slight angle, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold, and breathe. Exhalations are the focal point. We'll add the twist, right hand down, left thumb to your hip crease, turn from deep in your core, extend through your left arm and your right hand pressing down, Rita Trikonasana. Bring the left hand down, right foot to parallel. We're gonna bring the right knee down and pull the left knee back. All right, we'll take the broken toe pose, one of those versions. Open your arms, I think it's the left arm that's coming underneath the right. Let's take a few breaths. Remember, sometimes the things we like the least are what will make us stronger. Release the arms, come down, pat your feet a little bit. We're going to shift carefully over to the right side and let the left leg extend. You can keep this kneecap closed and come into half hero or half tree, right? It doesn't matter. But if you do have half hero, spread your toes and keep that foot open. Your knee on the right side should not be screaming. If it's screaming, no, then we're going to stop there. Now we'll take this forward fold with your strap to stretch your hamstrings or reach your arms up and hinge from your hips. Take this forward fold, half hero, Trikonasana. Another breath there. Let's lift up, either with your right hand on the strap or your right hand reaching to your left side of your foot. Drag your left hip back and let's reach this left arm up. Bring the left arm back around, and we're gonna come back up, pull this right leg out, flex and point your feet a few times. And we'll take a half table or a full. Bend your knees, lift your hips up. This is awesome, right? You can stretch your heels out if you're going for that full pose. Use your breath. Ujjayi. Focus on the solar plexus. All right, and then let's bend the knees and we're gonna come to seated. All right, now from here, we're coming into either Varjasana again, where we sit our glutes on our heels. You can sit in regular hero's pose. You can take 1 or 2 blocks and sit on them. You can take the full pose. This is really interesting about this particular pose in any variation. And if it's not working, we're just using this to pause, to be kind of still and check in. So you could take Sukhasana, cross your ankles. So a seat, you're taking your seat, okay? This seat demonstrates the bravery of a warrior. Just close your eyes and relax as best you can. Hence, this asana is called Virasana or hero's pose. It provides strength, bravery, courage, tolerance, and perseverance to the body. Because of these advantages, it is called hero's pose. Veer means brave. With this practice, hands and feet become strong. Most warriors used to sit in the same posture for relaxation after war, as this posture helped them keep alert and active. Although this asana is quite easy to see that the muscles of the thigh, knee, ankle, and hips should be quite flexible for this practice, hence our work. For this, your knees also need to bend. Virasana is also considered the best posture for meditation. I've heard lotus for that too. While doing this asana, you are away from being connected to the world. So stay with me for just a few more moments if you can. If you're done, if you've met your threshold, you're going to release it. Maybe just a couple of cleansing breaths. Any seat will do. It's more about your intention. So overcoming obstacles in our path. And being in our power. All right, one more breath. I'm going to shift the weight forward and pat the feet. And walk your knees towards your wrist. Let's swing the legs around. Let's really stretch the legs out. Flex and point your feet several times. And then we're going to let the knees bend and scooch the glutes toward the heels. And walk onto your elbows, one elbow at a time. Let's just pull the knees in and rock a little side to side. So here are the benefits of Virasana. It will improve your digestion. It creates a pull in the thighs, knees, and ankles, and thus makes them stronger. Let's separate the feet, grab the inside of the outside edges of our feet, and rock in happy baby for a few moments. Let's see, it brings flexibility in the knees so that you can easily sit on the floor. It's beneficial for high blood pressure, therapeutic for asthma, and has a great effect on the navel center. Let's hug the knees in. We're going to drop the knees to the left and just take a simple twist here to the left side. It balances the mind, increases powers of concentration. Let's pull the knees in and rock a little side to side. And then hug the legs together and drop your knees over to the right. It is a good posture to raise the hips, improves blood circulation in the legs, and thus makes you stronger. And it works to increase strength and firmness. Virasana, hero's pose. All right, we'll come back to center and then bring your feet down. Let's just pause here for a moment. You might notice there is a lot of energy in your legs, your feet, your ankles. And then stretch your legs out, Shavasana. Let's rest here. So the idea of a regular, unwavering practice, as well as strengthening the will, self-discipline, the accumulation of forces create unshakable confidence and victory. One of the central philosophical treatises of yoga. What are the techniques used to achieve the power of yoga in order to become Veer, heroes, or victors? Take the ones that you like the least. Then the result will be faster and exceeding all expectations. To paraphrase a famous saying, real heroes of yoga do not cut corners. The only way to become Veer and be the winner. However, do not go to extremes and forget about safety. Doing any yoga, we must keenly listen to our inner feelings, avoiding strong discomfort and thus damage to health. All right. So very slowly, gradually begin to connect back to yourself, to your body and your breath. Let's take a few slow, steady, even breaths here. And then we'll hug the knees in toward the heart, rock for a moment from side to side. And let's rock up and maybe come back into either thunderbolt, sit on your heels, or come into hero's pose if you feel like you can. You don't have to, just come into a seat, right? So a seat. And align your spine in a straight line. Let's just let the hands maybe rest on our thighs for a moment. And just maybe envision that luxurious jewel, Manipura chakra here in the center. 3 fingers below your navel center. And one of the chants that was on the playlist today, I'm going to read the English of it, because a warrior, a true warrior, is looking for the greatest good of all mankind, right? Not just for themselves, it's for the all. So here's the translation of this quote, this chant that was on the playlist today. May there be well-being in all. May there be peace in all. May there be fulfillment in all. And may there be auspiciousness. And auspiciousness means the favorable quality of strength, indicating a successful result in all. Let's bring the hands together at the heart center for a moment. We'll take a moment of gratitude, hopefully. And then bring the fingertips to the forehead. From here, let's bow to one another to say namaste. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. All right, and if you're still with me, you can unmute yourself if you'd like. I hope that was fun. I hope that was fun, and I hope you felt powerful. And if you did everything, great. If you didn't do everything, that's okay too. It's just sometimes we have to kick it up a little bit, right?
It was good, Megan. Thanks.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, everyone.
Yes.
Be well, I miss you. I guess you might get your snow shoveling in again today. Sorry. All right, be well. Take care, guys.
Yep.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
It was fun
Megan.
too.
You know, we were talking about the solar plexus. I always thought the solar plexus was right here.
Yeah, no, it's down here, right here in the center.
Okay.
Right here. It's like, you know, in that area. I mean, it goes up too, but I mean, the sacral is lower. That's lower, but the solar plexus is really right here in the center of the body. It's all in other cultures. It's called like Dantian, I think, in Chinese, and there's some other names for it. But your source, you know, that's your source. So
Okay.
anyway, that's as I understand it. I mean, you know, that's my understanding of it. So
Maybe I'm watching too many karate movies where they're hitting.
Well, I'll double check myself, but that's where I think it is. Okay.
Okay, thank you. It was a wonderful.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks
Take
a lot.
care.
Hi.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Megan.
All right. Bye.
Thanks. Yeah.
Okay. See ya.